full mana, he can afford to, use that entangle. He'll be back at full health by the full mana. Sorry, by the beginning of the battle. Um. Anyway, and check now creeping his own Murloc camp. He's a little low on mana on his Keeper of the Grove and opting not to use an entangle. Because of that, he gets also a Claws of Attack. So items quite similar, quite even really, which is good because it means that this matchup will not be decided so much on items. It looks like Sase is one set of claws up, but that's not going to be a big deal. Both players now with, I assume, yes, both players with the staff in the orb. Orb on the Demon Hunter. And has Check crypt his Merc Camp? Check already crept his Merc Camp, so... Sorry, Sase already crept his Merc Camp. Check a little behind and creeping. Here he gets another Claws, and that's a +9 Claws, so that Keeper of the Grove is going to do quite a bit of range damage. Here, not gonna have too much impact on the bears, but if okay, Sase killing a Wisp there. If Sase decides to get some Dryads to counter the Entangle, then that mass range damage will be quite effective against them, as their low hit point units. It appears that neither player has gone Dryad, so okay, Check actually with 1 Dryad, Sase with 0, and may not even have he appears not to have even researched Abolish Magic. Whereas, I'm sure Check has it. That would be the reason to go Dryads here. 3/3 heroes for Check, and 3/3 for Sase. And let's check upgrades. Okay, so, Check at 1-0. Sase working on 0-1. So an interesting choice there. That's actually a rather odd choice to go armor first, and it's almost never done that way. You'd usually go damage first, because that's generally considered to be the better upgrade. Often going 2-0 before you even go 2-1. I mean, I'm not really sure whether it's better to go 2-0 before 2-1 or sorry, before 1-1, or to go 1-1 first. But my personal feeling is that you should definitely get the weapons first. Now that Dryad coming in very handy, canceling out the entangling roots there, and I would expect Sase. I don't understand why he doesn't have Dryads. I would expect him to be getting some now. Yeah, there we go. I think he may have just forgotten because of the. I mean, he has some wisps to dispel that, but that cost him 60 gold every time. I mean, from the way he started, I'm just so surprised that he didn't get Dryads in a situation against the Keeper of the Grove. And now we have a battle. Let's see. Okay, the Demon Hunter of Check's getting quite damaged and having to back out early, but the Entangling Roots is just going to give Check the decisive advantage in this battle, I feel. Check needs to staff that bear. There we go. Good staff. And two entangled bears on Sase's side. And okay, one of Check's bears goes down. That's a little careless. He should have staffed it. And now the Demon Hunter. Oh, wow, that was very close. The projectile that would have killed it was actually in the air. And just so many entangles going off for Check. And this really has... I mean, the lack of Dryads has really cost Sase. And I don't think it was a good decision on his part. And now, nice staff on the Demon Hunter. Check's Demon Hunter now getting seriously damaged, leveling up, level 4 now. And it is being rejuved. Wait, it's not being rejuved. It was just healing very fast. And actually, Check going to TP out. Will he get the bear kill? Yeah, he'll get the bear kill. Just in time. With the entangling roots before any Dryads or rejuve could go off. And Check having two very injured bears there. And he is at 59 population after that fight, whereas Sase is at 44. So Check wins the fight, but he TP'd out. I think he made an unfortunate mistake at the end that let his Demon Hunter get low. It looks like Check has shifted the claws to his Demon Hunter, noticing that his opponent doesn't have many Dryads, but now there are some Dryads. Where are the Dryads? I don't see any more Dryads. I guess somehow... Sorry. I guess somehow Check managed to kill all the Dryads. And that will give him... Again, if there's another battle right now, he will have the advantage because of the entangling roots. Sase getting 1 Dryad, that won't be enough. And now, okay... Check getting a fortunate creepjack here, and Sase in a little bit of trouble. Gonna take a lot of damage. And, yeah, the Demon Hunter gets out, but taking a lot of damage there and having to buy the Staff of Teleportation just to escape. Really, I'm not sure what Sase was waiting for down there. Probably a Scroll of Healing or something. Indeed, he does have a Scroll of Healing. Potion of Invulnerability. Interestingly, he didn't get boots, and neither did Czech. I'm a little surprised by that, but there wasn't too much harassment because the Demon Hunters got so low early. They didn't chase each other. I mean, both were low, so they didn't chase each other around the map. Czech now going in for the attack, and he's going to take down the Ancient of Wonders immediately. So that will neutralize somewhat the advantage of Sase's base, and now Czech focusing on the Moonwells, and he's actually going to take 2 of them down, it looks like, before any response from Sase. Bears are really good siege. Yeah, 2 Moonwells getting taken out before anything can happen here. Sase trying to use his Wisps to deal with that roar, but Czech has so much of it. Czech manually casting Abolish there, good choice. Wisp going to detonate to try and remove the mana from the Bears. Looks like there's enough mana for 1 roar there should Czech decide to do that. He did research the mark, but not roaring. Now 1 Wisp goes off and detonates all that, and okay, very nice. Czech roaring, waiting for the Wisp to detonate before he roars. And now that, once again, there's Sase with only 1 Dryad is really doesn't have enough to deal with the threat of the Entangling Roots, because that 1 Dryad already out of mana. No, actually not. It didn't use it on. There was 1 Entangle that it didn't cast it on. And even now, Sase not casting it. He's too busy microing his remaining units, but they're just falling very quickly. Dryad finally dispelling that Entangle, but now the Demon Hunter goes down in the time it took him to do that. And Czech with one health bear, yes, 1 hit point, getting it out. If he'd even made an attack with it, it would have died because of the Thorns Aura. And yeah, Sase GG's. Well played by Czech, very well played. And Sase only staying in because he wants to talk about maps. Very well played by Czech, and especially with that Wisps around in the early game that sort of sealed it almost. I mean, at that point, Sase was fighting uphill. And yeah, after losing the first fight, not having the Dryads, I think that was a key. That was the second key mistake. The first was getting his Demon Hunter so far in there, but I don't think he expected that brilliance from Czech, and I wouldn't have either. But then the second mistake of not bringing a Dryad to the battle, having like 3 bears entangled at once, just finished it off. And well played by Czech, and good game. We'll bring you the second game of this 3-game set. But just to comment on that before you go off and watch it, I already looked at the comments on WC Replays about the second game, and I happen to know that it's played with Sase at an 80% handicap, which means that his units have 80% health, in case you don't know that. In other words, Sase really will not have a chance in that game. So don't expect like it to be super serious or anything. This is not going to be the. I mean, Sase could play like better than he's ever played before, and he will not win the game. I'm not sure why he chose to have that 80% handicap. Yeah, I'm just confused. But anyway, so my commentary will probably be a little less serious in that game. Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed the commentary, and please leave comments. It's Anonymous signing off.